Hi, welcome to today's eighth session and our eighth episode of LinkedIn Masterclass. Today we are going to learn about how do we write a post. So I know everybody have been eager about how do you write a post because how you can churn a post every day and every week and every month. This is where everybody has been getting stuck and they end up sharing something they get it on WhatsApp. Don't do the sharing of WhatsApp. It's good enough to share 1 or 2 days in a week, but not every day that you share. Okay, I got this, I'll post this, or I'll talk about mental illness today, I'll talk about some branding today, I'll talk about some free courses today. That's not going to work. Think who you are. What is your profile? Are you a finance professional? Are you an engineer? Are you a technical professional? And what is that you want to project yourself to your connections? This is the core of your LinkedIn and what content will flow out. If you are not aware about what you are and what you want yourself to be projected, then LinkedIn is not going to be useful. It's good enough that okay, you are active on LinkedIn, you keep on posting something, you get some engagement, that's it. But getting benefit of LinkedIn is a totally different ballgame. And if you really want to get benefit of LinkedIn, then you need to know exactly how you place the strategy and how you move around this. So in today's session, I'm going to break down and simplify this strategy. We can go deep dive sometime, say next year, but today let me just give you some thought starter. So next week, if you have taken a leave, oh, by the way, wish you Merry Happy Christmas and also a New Year. By the way, we'll meet on Saturday next week, so no worries about wishing New Year. Uh, in today's session, I'll break down the content buckets. What are the main content buckets and what are the sub buckets, and how you can write your content around those particular buckets. I'll also give you some tips. And next week, just think over key for those are the content buckets. What can you write about it? So let me share my screen. Great. So here comes the first content bucket. It is thought leadership. Now, whether you are a job seeker, whether you are a starter, or whether you are looking to generate B2B sales, this is the key thing. Like, because as a thought leader, what happens is you need to serve the industry. How do you serve the industry? You serve the industry or the category by giving some tips, by sharing some inputs about your knowledge. So it might be provide the in-depth analysis on major developments. You can also share some white paper from the industry and write down 5 key takeaways. So don't need to share the entire white paper 24 pages. Just create a carousel which is a PDF of say around 6 7 slides, and write down 10 words, because on LinkedIn I just scroll it this way. So I'll try see 10 words, then 10 words, then 10 words. It is easy for me to read. So 10 words at with a visual. This is where the thought leadership angle comes, because this is where anybody who reads it will be thankful for you to decode that entire white paper, because nobody has time to read that entire white paper. Share 3 to 4 key takeaways from your industry. Like for this particular month, it's a year end. So you say that okay, these are the 5 key things which happened in our industry and which changed the outlook of the industry. Or you say that okay, 2024, these are the key trends in the industry and this is going to change the industry. Now, what you'll say in Feb. Feb is a year where in Indian scenario there is a annual budget. So you talk about these are the 4 to 5 key things which the industries look out for in this particular budget. Always every month, if you read, if you're scanning news feeds and everything, you'll keep on getting some of the other thing key takeaways. Best part is use Google alerts for your industry keywords. You'll every day keep on getting some particular alerts, and just take a look at the top alerts at the end of the week and use those alerts to create or curate your post. Thoughtful discussion questions from your industry. You can create a poll. That's a wonderful idea. You use those takeaways. So out of that insight which you got from Google alerts, what you can exactly do is use 1 or 2 alerts and create a poll around that alert, and then let the industry respond. It gives you two advantages. One is a lot of people respond to polls, even though they like or even though they might not like or comment, they will respond to polls. Second is polls is a good way to create understand what people want to listen or read from the industry. Create content around those particular top percent. So out of five key things, if you feel that okay, these are the two things where maximum votes have come, create content around them. That's going to work. Outline key frameworks for professional entry in the industry. Yeah, this is very important. So if you are into a marketer, if you are a marketer, you talk about what five key skills a marketer needs to have. A marketer needs to have a good analytical skills, and they need to understand research. This is a course you can do to understand how do you conduct research or how do you plan a research. Then you can talk about they need to have a visual, they need to have skills about how do you visualize a campaign, visual marketing and everything, visual creativity. So this is the place you can do the course, or this is the YouTube videos where you can learn about it. So what happens is professionals who are entering the industry will look up to you as a thought leader, and slowly you create your own tribe of this particular community. Deconstruct difficult to understand topics. Now, when it comes to technical, there are a lot of difficult to understand topics. It's not so simple. You talk about LLMs, even though a lot of people are into technology, they don't understand what is a LLM, what is Vertex AI, or what is say Llama, what is Gemini, or say they don't even know Cloud AI. Cloud AI has been launched. So you talk about how this different LLM models operate, and what is the crux of this LLM model. You can also talk about, if you are into marketing, ki how AI is going to impact marketing, and these are or marketing. There are different thought fundas, like you can have Maslow's theory, or deconstruct those theories for people. This is where your thought leadership content will start flowing. But keep one thing in mind: don't do everyday thought leadership. It doesn't work. Do thought leadership once in 10 days, once in 7 days, or once in 15 days. It works a lot. You need to keep on giving different style of content to the your followers. You don't do every day the same content, it won't work. And if you're asking about me, I since I'm a LinkedIn coach, I have to give tips. But if you see, my last week tips were different from this week tips, and next week tips will be different. So my strategy is I give five tips, and then I have this LinkedIn masterclass where I decode all these tips in front of you. And if you have any questions, I can answer those particular questions. So our next step is career tips and lessons to grow your industry. What happens is in career tips, it's not about talking. You have already spoken and given the framework in our last slide about what steps you need to do, what skills you need to have if you want to enter this industry. This particular content main bucket, what happens is in this bucket is you talk about your biggest career challenge. Your career challenge might be when you started learning marketing while your main education was into technology. What career challenges you face? You write down your career challenges and how you overcome them. What biggest lessons you learn? Here you just give learning. This is like you are going to be the mentor or the teacher to all your community. So biggest lessons you learned till now. Game plan to grow in the industry. So if I am at a mid level or senior level, if I am at an intern level, how do I grow in this industry? What are the positions I can get, and what are the skills I need to grow? Top 10 skilling lessons you need to need to excel at. So if I'm from marketing, these are the 10 skills I need to know. If I'm from say engineering, these are the 10 skills. If I'm into coder or Python, these are the 10 skills I need to know. And then each week you talk about each skill and how that person can start skilling himself or herself. So for example, these are the 10 skills which you require as say a technologist: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10. Now as a technology person, you need to learn about product management. So this will talk about product management. These are the product management course. Then they need to know about data science, and these are the lessons. Then they need to know about Python coding. These then week after that talk about them. Each week keep on recording. 10 weeks, 10 days, you have this content ready. Interview tips can be in a story format. So a lot of people give interview tips, and these are the 50 questions which will be asked to you in an interview, and these are the 15 answers. Now give a context. That's an interesting way to give interview tips. So create say 50 weeks, 50 interview tips, and each week of the year you talk about, this is the question of the for when the interviewer will ask, This is how you'll answer, and give a context about why you'll answer in this fashion. And if there's a PDF which you have created to communicate, okay, this is the simpler format in which you can answer, and these are the areas which you need to learn if you don't know to answer this. So first you have told about the question, second you have given the answer, then you're telling why you gave that answer, and if you want to learn more, these are the places where you can learn more about it. So in a year, what happens is, for the person, any person who is your follower, they get an entire year ka learning lessons. They will definitely connect with you, and they will be your ardent fan. Then comes our third tip. Our third tip is about lessons learned behind the scenes. So a lot of companies have these training programs. They And you won't see a lot of people sharing about it, but that's where the main pivotal experience happens. So you can share your colleagues, and along with the colleagues, you are at a learning experience, or you are attending some particular session by a particular speaker, and what lessons you learned in that particular session. Walk through your journey's milestones. So, for example, you have been working for last 2 decades. So talk about what are the 20 things you learned in last 2 decades, and what are the setbacks, what are the influences, and talk about this. 20 years, you have 20 to 30 weeks content ready. Each week post, create one post. Collaborating with your teams. Now over here you can have team members also tagged along with the post, and talk about how you are working and collaborating with your teams to deliver on this project, and then why you are delivering on this project. Analyzing what went wrong. So lot of times you do events, you do campaigns and everything, you give a context about what went wrong, and then you analyze and say that why it went wrong and what could have been done better. Analyze what could have been done better. So this is where you talk about your lessons learned. If you see in last three tips, everywhere I'm stressing about that what you learned is what you need to talk about, whether it is career journey, setbacks and everything. LinkedIn as a platform is built for your learning. Okay, so LinkedIn started out as a job portal and everything, but then the focus predominantly with Linda, the LinkedIn has taken over Linda. They have created AI. LinkedIn's whole idea is they want to be your career partner. So if you have passed out of say 12th grade, or you have graduated and you join LinkedIn, LinkedIn is going to take you through a journey. It will give you these are the skills you need if you want this particular position, and they have AI as well as humans who will guide you in this journey. So you become a premium partner with LinkedIn. They will tell you which courses you need to do, and then your LinkedIn profile gets created, and then it goes to premium. Because you're a premium holder, you get that access to reach out to those HR managers and the recruiters, and then your career, you get your job. Now tomorrow if you want to change a job, you again can talk to LinkedIn. LinkedIn will guide you about what next courses or what next skills you need to have, and these are the courses you can do, and your skill set will get elevated to this level, and then you can try for this particular opportunity. If that is the perception which the LinkedIn whole platform is based on, then you as a content creator and a networker on LinkedIn, you need to talk about giving only. You cannot talk about good morning, good afternoon. Those things are not going to work. You talk about what you are giving to the society. All your content needs to be towards giving the society, nothing else. Tip 4 is ideas that make you think. Now, we till now I have spoken everything about giving, and again in the fifth tip I'll also talk about giving. But this moment, what I'm going to is talk to you about talk about things which make a reader think about what the post is about. Okay, for example, impact of AI in the industry, and this is what it is going to change. It makes somebody think. Book recommendations and key takeaways. You can create a carousel of 10 books that you need to read next year if you are from this industry, and it will impact your career, and it will impact how you think and perceive the industry to be. Or you can get one book and give out these are the 10 lessons you learn from this book. Lesson 1, one particular carousel PDF. Lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. Works a lot. I've been doing it. It works a lot. what you learned at a recent industry event. Now this is, you'll being a professional, we always go for industry events, we always attend conferences and award shows, and we hear a lot of top speakers speak about and the industry leaders speak about. Create a document or create a post that you attended so and so event, tag that event, tag people who gave you that, thought leaders, you tag them, and tell what are the learnings out of this conference. What happens is the conference shares it among its audiences. The speakers who have lot of are mostly influencers or top creators, they will also share it because you have created ready-made content and you are talking about what they are talking. So they will curate it and share it in their network. It becomes a good booster for you. And lot of, yani, I've seen almost 100 or 150 people attending meetings and conferences, but never anyone takes this initiative. And for last 1 year I've attended almost four conferences, large conferences, for one day, and I have been doing this. It gives you huge amount of awareness, a reach. For example, if I am into marketing, I want to establish myself into marketing and technology, then I'll attend technology events, I'll tag those particular people, I'll share it as a post, "Okay, this is what I learned." What happens is those technology people, the thought leaders, will share my post that, thanks Moses for sharing the key insights of this conference. It is really helpful. You have done a great job at compiling the entire key highlights. And once it goes in their networks, lot of people from the tech industry will start connecting with me. Because of that, I'll start now learning more about the tech and the health aspect. So marketing, communication, technology is where I want to be in the cusp. So share some innovation stories in the industry. So you talk about, you get a lot of this, again, Google alerts. So Google alerts in your industry will tell you what new innovation story is happening. You can talk about one innovation story, one of. And the tip five, which is the last step, is start giving to the community. Start community participation, event participation. So, for example, the LinkedIn masterclass is something I want to give to the community. It's free of charge. I don't charge for this, but I only want people to benefit what they will get out of this and how they can create their resonating LinkedIn profile. That's why I'm doing this session. You might wonder ki why I invest so much time, because I really feel, because I am a teacher, and I really feel that a lot of people sorry, make these mistakes. And these are small mistakes because they are not aware, and you are not taught how to use LinkedIn in your college, nor you are taught in your office about how to use LinkedIn. You just figure it out over the journey. Most people who are on LinkedIn have figured it out, but I have read almost 15 different ebooks on LinkedIn. There are three books on LinkedIn. There are five podcast series which I've been listening. And based on this compilation and my experimentation, this is what I've been doing. So, giving to the community, volunteer at industry sessions and share the story. Like I often go to as a guest faculty to a lot of colleges, and I share about digital marketing, how the digital marketing industry is changing. I talk about copywriting skills, and whenever I do this, I share this on my LinkedIn journey, LinkedIn as well as Facebook and different places. It gives a good flavor, so people see you as a giver. Nobody wants to connect with a person who is a taker, because you'll find a lot of people will send you a connection request and they will say, do you want to buy this product, do you want to buy this product, do you want to buy this product? Nobody wants that. What happens is, once I accept a connection request, I need to see that somebody is giving me. If they said, okay, this person is giving me, this person is giving me this, now finally they will say, okay, if he has given me so much, and then I tell you, okay, this is what I'm looking for, can anybody give me this thing? They will give you because they have received a lot from. So get into the concept of giving. Participate in community events and share learnings. Community events can be your office football match, and participate over there, share about it, about what you learned about team building and everything, or share about a place where you visited for a trek along with a group and what difficulties it came and how it resonates with your professional life. This helps a lot. And I start an industry newsletter. So it's very easy to start a newsletter on LinkedIn. and you can just write an article as a newsletter and it will start, but keep it on a weekly basis. So every Wednesday I have a industry newsletter which is for pharma marketing, and in last I have been writing for almost now 80 weeks. So this is for around 1.5 year, and I'm happy to say I'll be crossing 10,000 mark organically in the newsletter subscription by next week. I am already at 9,987 subscribers. So just 13 subscribers to go to reach my 10,000 mark. It's not something which happens at the first day. It took me 1.5 year to reach this score. Now from here to the next score, it's easy. So always you need to start somewhere. The way I started my LinkedIn masterclass, I started almost 8 weeks back, so it's almost just 2 months old. But I've learned a lot of lessons in when I'm conduct this masterclass. I do this thing free of cost. I don't charge. But what I learned is how to use StreamYard to do this LinkedIn masterclass, how to connect with and how to engage during the masterclass, how to promote, how to get people, and how to inform people that okay, I'm conducting this in this event. If you're interested, you can join over here. How do you do all these things? If I had never started the concept of this LinkedIn live, I wouldn't have learned about it. So I learned about it because I started it. So when you're giving, you also get a lot of things. And that's the end. And let me now take you to some of the articles, some of the posts. It will help you to understand what these posts are about. So this is a post about Karthik Srinivasan. He's a communication specialist and he's a branding specialist. He will always talk about different aspects of our branding, campaigns, and everything. So this is what he has spoken about. Now I'll share you. Shikha, Now this thing by Shikha Gupta. Shikha Gupta will always write down about different courses and how these courses will help because she is into HR and she wants to keep on grooming people. So everything will be around this particular aspect of grooming and everything. So here are some of the courses which she's talking about. Now let me show you how the newsletter is about. So this is my capsule newsletter, and this particular newsletter is about power marketing. So as I told you, 9,987 subscribers. I was very specific. It is 82 editions, so weekly one edition, and this is what I'm getting. So it really helped me because a lot of people in pharma marketing now know about me. I am just I am just 2 years old in pharma marketing. I am not a great pharma marketer, but what happens is because I write, I have to read a lot, and because I read a lot, that's why I learn a lot. I'm a marine engineer, but I learned over the course of period how you need to do these things. Even when it comes to this GIF, which you see, how I learned is because I thought about becoming interesting and how I can become interesting. And I went to Canva and tried to use making this GIF, and it really worked. So everywhere, once you start giving, what happens is you'll also start learning. And this is a two-way process. It's not a one-way process. So again, before I stop this session of today, I am going to talk. So before I end this session today, your 5 key tips is what you need to keep in mind. Your first tip is about thought leadership. Start giving to the society about who you are and what you do. So first tip, industry thought leadership. Second tip is career tips. Talk about your greatest challenges in your career, biggest lessons learned. Third tip is talk about lessons learned behind the scenes whenever you do any event or how you collaborate with your teams. Lesson four is ideas that make you think. Get people to think what you do. Whenever you post, get people to think about it. And fifth one is community and event participation. Here are a lot of content ideas on LinkedIn, and this is part of my ebook which you can share. So you can go on my LinkedIn post and learn about, you can download this particular ebook link. I have this ebook link as a comment in my profile. You can go over there and check this particular thing out. So thank you for attending today's session. Check, meet you next week.